What's going on, guys? In today's video, I'm going to be completely breaking down the sleeping giant map in Last Oasis. I'm going to be telling you everything you need to know, so when you first come on this map, you'll be able to get the most value out of it. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. First up is going to be the map layout. We have the Okkahm or crab spawn here. You have the Papak and the cattail lakes here. The meteor icon is the same as always. In the green areas, you're going to find pretty much everything you're going to need, from corn, cotton, Rupu Camps, clay spots, etc. And then in the middle, you're going to find your bone spawns and your ash spawns, along with more Rupu Camps. Next up, I'm going to be diving into the resources. On screen, you're going to see that I broke down all of the resources you can get on this map. The top resources are harvestable resources, which means just the ones that you can get by tools. On the bottom, you're going to see lootable resources, which is pretty much all the resources you can get from looting Rupu Camps, and looting Meteors, as well as any bosses that might spawn. First resource I'm going to be diving into is going to be clay. Around the map, you are going to find clay spots that look like this. They're going to be these brown circle areas scattered across the map. It is completely random spawn, with the exception of the outside desert and the ash middle. You won't find any clay spots in there, but throughout the green areas, you're going to find these little brown circle areas with the lumps of clay sticking out. Clay deposits you can't harvest with anything but a spade, so I recommend getting the tube spade or the drill spade. The drill spade can be crafted in the workbench for pretty cheap, and you can get anywhere from 80 to 100 clay per deposit. So when they first come up, if you find one with a lot of clay deposits, you can get 500 to 700 clay just from the deposits. And then you will need an artisan soil auger or a soil excavator to then harvest the clay from the ground. If you're using a soil excavator, all you have to do is bring the materials to build the soil excavator, place it anywhere on the brown area, throw in your ash and your input, throw in your torque, turn it on, and queue up some clay. For the soil excavator, it is going to be 10 ash for 5 clay. In the artisan soil auger, that can only go on walkers. You will need a large walker or a medium-sized walker with a rig. For example, the mollusk can only hold an auger with a tier 3 rig. I believe the same is for the toboggan and the stiletto. I will say, if you can, the auger is way more efficient at getting clay. If you throw crafting modules on the walker you're using the auger on, it will go from, I believe it's like 30 seconds to about 3 seconds per craft. So you'll be able to get a couple thousand clay really quickly. Next up, we have the Okkahm, also known as the big crab. That is the boss in the middle of the map. It'll spawn on the ash area where the bone and ash is. The only weapon as of the time of this recording that can do damage to the Okkahm is a rocker. Using obsidian rocks, ceramic rocks, or iron rocks, you'll be able to take down the crab. Now, a rocker can only be built on a large walker, so you're going to need a falco, a hornet, a buffalo, or anything bigger than that. When shooting the crab, it will start to charge at you, and when it gets close, it will pretty much just throw your walker really far, and it doesn't matter how big the walker is. You can kind of see in the video that we get launched decently far, and it does do damage to the hull. So if you bring a small walker anywhere near the crab, it is going to be really hard to get away and to survive, and it can zero your walker. For those of you who don't know, zeroing your walker means having your walker's health reduced completely to 0, which will completely destroy your walker. There's no repairing it, there's no getting it back. The mods on it are gone. The loot from the crab is going to be bone and chitin. So this is going to be your first main source of chitin when these maps spawn. We were using a quality saw, and we got about 700 blue chitin from our first kill. One little tip also, when killing the crab. If you hit its head, I find it does double or even triple the amount of damage per rock, so you can save a lot of ammo trying to line up headshots. Next up, we have the Papak. This is going to be the same as the Papak in the Volcanion map, which I already did a video on. You will kill it the same way. You will need bolts. This can be done on any size walker, starting from the dinghy. I recommend using ceramic bolts. If you don't have enough ceramic, you can definitely use bone bolts like we did here. The Papak on this map will have a repeater on top of it, which can also be broken with a few bolts. The Papak's tongue attack can go through walkers, so if you are in a mollusk, it can go through the walker and kill you while you're driving, and it can also damage whatever is inside or on top of your walker. It does do damage to your hull, to your legs, and to your wings, so definitely be careful and bring some repair mats. The gas bomb that it throws can just be countered by wearing a gas mask, although if it does hit you directly, it will do about half your health. It does about 60 to 70 damage. The loot you get from him is going to be either spearmint or gelatinous goo, depending on whether you use a scythe or an axe. Axe will get you spearmint, scythe will get you the gelatinous goo. You also can get cattail from the lakes here where the Papak is. You're going to get way more than the medium maps as the lakes are bigger and the spawns are more dense. Next up, we have Rupu Camps. Just like the other maps, the smallest camp is going to be a forger outpost. This one's going to be guarded by just 3 Rupu as well. You'll see here in the footage that there's way more than 3. I aggroed a different camp as well. The loot in this camp is also going to be pretty close to the same. There's going to be 1 lootable. In this case, it was a small urn in the middle. There could also be a loot bag or a campfire as well. Next up, you have the fortified Rupu village. This is one of the few camps that spawn Rupu and a Ner. You're going to have about 5 or 6 Rupu plus a Ner. If you don't remember how to kill a Ner, or you haven't watched any of my previous videos, you hug its tail and you spam your attacks while hugging its tail, and it'll slowly turn in a clockwise motion, and you just keep hugging its tail and it won't hit you. It'll stay stuck in that animation. It is kind of challenging to do it with a whole bunch of other Rupu coming at you, but with some practice you'll be able to kind of stay on the right side of it at all times and dodge its attacks. The loot in the middle is going to be an urn in the hut, as well as a campfire and an ammo box. Next we have the Rupu watchtower. There's only going to be 3 Rupu guarding this. This is the same watchtower as the Volcanion map. It's going to have 3 Rupu and then 2 ammo crates and a wooden chest in the middle. On this map, just like with the Volcanion map, you can find ceramic shards and clay from the Rupu camps. Next up, you have the Ash Hills watchtower. Again, this is going to be the same setup as the Volcanion maps. You're going to have a ballista on the side, as well as a scatter shot, a rocker in the middle on a tower. You're going to have 2 ammo crates down below, and you are also going to have a crate halfway up the tower. You're also going to have an ammo crate under the ballista. This one is going to be guarded by about 3 or 4 Rupu on the ground, plus the walker weapons that I mentioned before. Last but not least, you have the Rupu Fortress. This one is going to be the biggest camp on the map. It's going to have 8 to 10 Rupu guarding it. It's going to have multiple bomb throwers, I believe 1 fire and a couple insect throwers. For the loot in the middle, it's going to have an urn on top. It's going to have 2 urns on top and 1 small wooden crate on top. For events, you have a couple different events on this map. You have the quality upgrader, which you can use slots to upgrade quality resources. And these are going to be raw resources, not refined resources or items. You can't upgrade weapons or armor, or refined resources such as fiber weave, earth wax, etc. Now I'm just going to get into a few tips and tricks. One of them, the first one I mentioned earlier, is the Auger versus the soil excavator. The Auger is better in every possible way, especially if you have crafting modules. If you don't have crafting modules on your walker, I still recommend getting the artisan soil auger because it does improve the efficiency of your clay gathering. With the soil excavator, it's 5 clay per 10 ash. With the auger, it is 10 clay per 10 ash. So with the auger, it is 1 for 1, which will save you a whole lot of ash. And then if you happen to get crafting modules, it will be crafting 90 times faster. If you have the crafting modules, it will be crafting 90% faster, which means 30 seconds will turn into about 3 seconds. The next step I have for you is wingsuits. This is the map where a lot of people will wingsuit because of how many trees there are. Getting around the map will be way easier in a wingsuit. This will allow you to scout. You can scout for clay spots, you can scout for players, you can scout for, pretty much whatever you're looking for just from learning how to use the wingsuit. I won't dive into the specifics on how to use the wingsuit in this video. I will be making a separate wingsuit video, as well as a grappling video. But you'll see here that just by using the trees and by deploying the wingsuit, you can pretty much go anywhere you can on the map really, really easily and really fast. Last but not least, guys, we have the meteors. The meteors are going to be pretty much the exact same as the Volcanion map. It's going to drop chitin, meteor cores, fragments, obsidian, and a small amount of iron ore. If the Cali Spires map have not spawned yet, I highly recommend going for all of these meteors, as this will be your only source of iron during this time. And with that, that's going to wrap it up for today's video. I appreciate you guys staying till the end. If you guys found value from this video, please like and subscribe, and leave a comment down below if you guys think I missed anything or if there's anything else I should have added. And with that, I'll see you guys on the next one. Adios.